Stop. Everybody keeps calling Gabby Thomas the queen of the 200 meters. But after what Julien Alfred just did in Monaco, that title may no longer belong to her. Because Alfred did not just beat the reigning Olympic champion. She did not just destroy the woman who walked into this race with the world lead. She ran 21.51 seconds, the third fastest 200 meters in the history of women's sprinting. And the craziest part? She had the slowest reaction time in the entire field. For half the race, she looked beaten. Then, in the final 50 meters, everything changed. 3 of the fastest women in the world had entered Monaco with a claim to being number 1. Only one left with her name behind Florence, Griffith-Joyner, and Shericka Jackson on the all-time list. And after this race, the sprinting world has one massive question. Is Julien Alfred now the best female sprinter on the planet? Because what happened in Monaco was absolutely ridiculous. This was not a normal 200-meter race. Gabby Thomas entered as the reigning Olympic champion. At Paris 2024, Thomas had beaten Alfred for Olympic gold in this exact event. So Monaco was Alfred's chance for revenge. But Thomas was not the only threat. Adaejah Hodge entered as the fastest woman in the world this year. Just weeks earlier, the 20-year-old had run 21.68 seconds at the NCAA Championships, taking the world lead and announcing herself as one of the most dangerous young sprinters on the planet. So picture the start line. The Olympic champion, the world leader, and the Olympic 100-meter champion. 3 women, 1 race, and then the gun fired. Immediately, something looked wrong for Alfred. Her reaction was slow. In fact, she reacted slower than every other woman in the race. Coming off the curve, Gabby Thomas looked dangerous. The Olympic champion was right there. Hodge was still fighting, and Alfred had work to do. If you froze the race with 50 meters remaining, many people probably would not have picked Alfred to win. But then she found another gear, and suddenly, nobody could stay with her. Alfred exploded down the home straight. Thomas could not respond. Hodge could not catch her. And within seconds, Alfred had completely changed the race. She crossed the line, turned toward the clock, and saw 21.51. That number changed everything. A massive personal best. A new Saint Lucian national record. The fastest time in the world in 2026. And the 3rd fastest women's 200 meters ever recorded. Only 2 women in history have ever run faster. Florence Griffith-Joyner and Shericka Jackson. That is it. Every Olympic champion, every world champion, every sprint legend from every generation. Julien Alfred just ran faster than almost all of them. And she did it after the slowest reaction in the race. That might be the most frightening part, because if Alfred can run 21.51 without a perfect start, how fast can she go when everything actually goes right? Behind her, Adaejah Hodge proved her breakthrough was no fluke. She finished 2nd in 21.76, beating the reigning Olympic champion and showing that she belongs against the very best professionals in the world. Gabby Thomas finished behind them. And that result matters. Because Monaco was Thomas's first Diamond League race in 2 years, and she was facing 2 of the fastest women on the planet. But this night belonged completely to Julien Alfred. She entered Monaco already as the reigning Olympic 100-meter champion. She left as the fastest 200-meter runner in the world this year. And now the conversation has changed. Alfred is no longer just a 100-meter champion trying to challenge the world's best over 200. She is now the 3rd fastest woman in history over the distance. She beat the woman who denied her Olympic gold in Paris. She took the world lead away from Hodge, and she did all of it with a closing 50 meters that completely destroyed the race. So now there is one question nobody can avoid. Is Julien Alfred the best female sprinter in the world right now? Because if 21.51 came after a slow reaction, the world record conversation might not be as crazy as it sounds. Can anyone catch Julien Alfred before the end of 2026? Or did Monaco just reveal the new queen of women's sprinting? Drop your answer in the comments and subscribe. Because after what Julien Alfred just did, 21.51 might only be the beginning.